At my high school, the entire student body met to pray together every day. Now, some of us stood there, physically present, but spiritually far away. And I remember one day a teacher corrected some of us for having our arms crossed in prayer. And to be honest, I completely wrote him off because I didn't care. So when he said our outward appearance reflects an inward disposition, I didn't really listen. But for someone who didn't care or didn't listen, I still remember what he said. And 9 years later, his words resonate loudly in my head. So I thought, you know what? It's time that I finally pay attention and hear. And once I did, something became jarringly clear. You see, the outfits that I wear to church on the weekend actually speak volumes about where my priorities tend. Because I know when I go to Mass in whatever I happen to be wearing that day, it's because I only wanted to do just enough and never actually go out of my way. Because, if I went out of my way, that would mean I cared, and caring is hard as heck. So I better just do the bare minimum and never actually stick out my neck. But you know what? The God who came to earth, who lived, breathed, bled, and died all for me, deserves far more than my mediocrity. The Lord doesn't just want someone who will come to church, sit, and then leave. He wants someone who will wear their pride for him on their sleeve. And I realize that if my heart truly burns with Christ's loving fire, then I should show that with my words, actions, and attire. So after finally hearing years later what my teacher had to say, I decided to approach dressing for Mass in an entirely new way. Now, I know you might counter, does Jesus really care what it is we put on or the clothes that we wear? Well, he might not care what's written on our shirts, but he sure as heck deserves our best effort. And yes, the Lord may accept us as we are, but he deserves more than me being just subpar. In the end, Jesus may not care about how we dress, but he definitely cares about who our clothes are trying to impress. So I don't wear casual clothes at Mass, not because it's the moral thing to do, but because I want to say to the Lord, my number one priority is you. In reality, I don't go to church to show my love for the Mets, Eagles, or Wilds. I go to show my love for the God who humbled himself as a child. I don't go to church simply because I have to, but because I want to say to the Lord, I am entirely in love with you. So if our outward appearance reflects an inward disposition, then I want my clothing to say, God, I am all in. To show the God who became a man also he could save me, that he is worth more than my favorite sports jersey. Yes, the God who loves, who saves and redeems is far more important than my favorite pair of jeans. Now, if you're watching this, I hope you won't write off what I say, but that you'll be encouraged to take it and pray. Because it took me 9 years to hear the truth in what my teacher said to me. And it has done wonders to challenge me out of my apathy. So to all of you who have stuck around this long to listen, I'll leave you here with a challenge and a question. What is it in life you most desire? Now go out and show it with your words, actions, and attire.